What's going on, Bill?
Hey. What's happening to the boxing voice, the voice of the people? What's happening?
What's up? Thank you for coming. Is that mic on, Trev?
Yes.
You know,
right.
You got headphones.
all my family say I talk so loud anyway, so you'd hear me. But let's see. Hey.
There we go.
There we go. So, are you excited?
I'm extremely excited. You know, alhamdulillah. It's just a great time to be in the Devin Haney business, as I always say, and it's actually a great time for boxing. This is a true Cinderella story for both parties involved to be undisputed. It's the Super Bowl of boxing. Whether you like it or not, you have to applaud two young fighters who've gotten this far, and and the promotional outfits and stuff behind them. It's truly a Cinderella story. I'm both in Lou DiBella, who's risen back to the top, with Kambosos, who's always been involved in boxing in some way or some sort, to now have a fighter and leading the promotional way.
Mm-hmm. So I guess an hour ago, news broke that Eddie Hearn made it clear that you have received an offer, and it was from Lou. So it's not Matchroom and Dazn to Kambosos, but instead an offer from Lou. So do you know whether or not you're fighting on Dazn, or would it be what is it, Fubo Sports with Probellum?
What we've done, and what we consistently do is try to do everything to make the fight happen. So as I reiterate when I came on, is Lou DiBella is leading the promotional way with George Kambosos. Then we have Devin Haney and Devin Haney Promotions that represent Devin Haney, and we've always had a great partnership with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom.
All right. Well, I mean, you're confirming that Lou's leading the way.
Well, he's leading the way for Kambosos.
So you're saying this is going to be
it's a joint promotion with Lou DiBella and Devin Haney Promotions.
But what about the broadcaster?
The broadcaster, the fight is going to happen. The fight is going to happen. We have not only this kind of fight, an interest from some major promotional companies and networks.
So there is no confirmed network right now for the fight, or is it?
Me personally, me and Devin, we haven't signed anything that's confirmed the network.
Okay.
Right. We just yesterday was the first time that Loma was announced that he wasn't in it.
Right.
So as of yesterday to right now, right, I know as much as you guys know in terms of Devin and Kambosos. So meaning there's nobody else, and we did everything that we could. You did a great job. A lot of social media influencers and outlets have did a tremendous job in getting the word out that the people want to see the fight between Kambosos and Haney.
Absolutely.
So as of yesterday was the first day that Kambosos came out and said, "Okay, Devin, it's you. I have a talk with Lou. Lou says it's Devin, right? And now we're negotiating it."
So the offer that Eddie is referring to, have you seen that offer? Because it was just about an hour ago that Eddie confirmed an offer.
I haven't seen an offer.
Okay.
We've talked about some things.
Okay.
Right? But I haven't seen anything from Eddie.
Okay.
I've talked to Lou.
Okay.
Now Eddie did make it clear that you, and by you I mean Devin, should be okay with the terms in the offer that he received from Lou. When do you expect to see this offer?
Let me read. Can I read this?
Sure,
quote? 'Cause
absolutely.
I'm not sure. Like I said, this was an hour ago. I'm not sure if you've seen. Eddie Hearn did an interview where he was asked the latest on Kambosos versus Haney. He says, "Yes, we are in negotiations. We've received an offer. We're reviewing that today, and hopefully, if the terms are acceptable to Devin Haney, which I believe they will be, then we'll move forward with the fight."
Yeah, we all got to be optimistic as possible about it. You know what I mean? We've did everything that we can. So it is. I look forward to seeing it.
Well, let's clear some things up. Obviously, your son and Kambosos were going back and forth yesterday on social media, and Kambosos made it clear that Devin had already been given an offer that he turned down, and that's why Loma was in the position that he was in. Is any of that true?
No, absolutely not. And Kambosos, and he's done a wonderful job thus far, doing, promoting himself as something that he's not in terms of being undisputed. This is the true fight that's undisputed. But I have a lot of respect for what he has accomplished. I have a lot of respect for Jim Kambosos for what he has accomplished. It's a true Cinderella story, as well as Devin Haney and what me and him has accomplished. True Cinderella stories. But when you talk about the truth, there's only one way to speak the truth, and we never received anything from George Kambosos and Lou a month ago. A month ago, they had something that was sent to Lomachenko. Lomachenko was always the front runner in terms of that, and what we felt was it wasn't on par and on point with or consistent with what George was saying initially when he saw Devin, initially when he contacted Devin before the Tio fight, right? And so that's water under the bridge. The Super Bowl is in the lightweight division is Devin Haney versus George Kambosos, or Kambosos versus Devin Haney, depending on how politically correct you want me to be.
Let me get a screen share, Trav. So this is the tweet in question where Kambosos is insinuating that an offer was made, and obviously, he posted the picture of your son tweeting saying that he'll take whatever Loma was being offered. And then you got Michael Coppinger saying that the smart play is to take short money, as if he had some inside information.
Like I said, up until as of yesterday, Loma not announcing that the fight was his, then that he was out, Kambosos never tried to pick Devin. He never tried to negotiate with Devin. You'll never see no Instagrams, none of that shit with Devin and Kambosos.
So Devin yesterday tweeted, let me get another screen share here, where he said his energy will forever be the same. You were forced into this position. Let's not confuse the people. So basically he's saying, I've always wanted to fight you. You obviously wanted to fight someone else, and now we're here.
Tell Kambosos, listen, this is a big boy business. This is a man's business. This is not a game. We're not playing. Tell him to ask his daddy. His daddy said the last time I talked to his daddy, right, he said he was going to call me back. Last time I talked to his father, Jim Kambosos, the elder senior, he said he would call me back. None of that other shit. So he can knock it off with the plan and all that about no offers and none of that. I got Jim Kambosos' number in my phone right now. Devin and him been talking on Instagram before the fight. He promised to fight. So he comes back out on Twitter and saying this, that you offered some shit. You ain't offered nothing. You're not even a boss to offer it because you go quiet. If you was, then what about Lou? I just told you that it's Lou DiBella and Devin Haney promotions. They said if Devin wants it, period. And if you were standing on your word from the beginning, it would have been Devin Haney. And I got respect for everything that you done did. I got respect for Jim. But I mean, the truth don't, truth stand on its own.
So, Bill, now that yesterday it came out, as you said, it won't be Loma. Loma's staying in the Ukraine. Now that that's the case, now that an offer's been received, obviously you still got to go through it and see. But do you really see too many things getting in the way of making this fight happen for June the 5th?
No, because you already see everything that we've done, everything that we've sat through. I'm sitting through this and being, you know what I mean, as professional, you know, as I can with it, you know, even when guys are not being as professional.
That's what I wanted to get to. I mean, what happened to Devin Haney versus Jojo Diaz? George Kambosos is there. Team Haney, Team Kambosos seem friendly. They handshake. You know, there's photo opportunities. Kambosos verbally agrees to fight Haney if he wins. And there seemed to be mutual respect, but now it's being lost. There's, he's calling Devin names. He's saying that he's just a barking dog, and is he gonna bite when the gate is open? It just seems like the respect is gone for whatever reason. Do you feel that way?
No, it's just some fighter stuff. When the lights come on, all the talking and stuff stops. The crowd is not able to get in the ring with you. The coaches are not, the trainers are not going to get in there with you. I think that it's a ploy that he used to get T.O. to run up in there and get hit with some stupid shit. You know what I mean? This is boxing is a thinking game, and it's when a fighter has a really good IQ, ring IQ, which is so appropriate for these young warriors, that it's hard to find them. And that's what Devin has. Devin has a extremely high ring IQ versus Teofimo Lopez has one too. But he between getting mad and the build up and telling everybody what he had to do and what he was going to do, I think he lost sight of some of the abilities and capabilities that he has and became a one-dimensional fighter.
So we had some callers obviously going through the typical Devin Haney questions. Basically, I know you were listening. People feel he needs to get a knockout since this fight is going to be in Australia. I know we've been here for now his last three fights. Well, two. I would say Linares and Gamboa. No one expected the JoJo knockout, but they were axing and calling for the knockouts of Gamboa and Linares, and now it seems the public believes he needs to score a knockout or end up robbed like a Manny Pacquiao. What do you think about the decision, the judges, and I guess the public calling for a knockout yet again?
What we need to win, and we learned that from Floyd, the great TBE himself. We learned that you got to win. You got to win. You got to be in there and you got to win. And that's what we set out to do. We've never had a split decision. We've never had a majority decision. Kambosos' last three fights was split decisions. So, he's been in dog fights. You know what I mean? He's prepared to be in a dog fight. He's shown that, he's going to be in the fight all night. And I'm just happy to have on a potential undisputed fight against a great fighter like he is. He showed a lot of resiliency, on the onslaught of T.O. later on to survive and then to still capitalize in the later rounds as well. It went back and forth in the later rounds, but he was still in the fight. And I think Jim and the rest of the Kambosos team did a tremendous job.
Bill, gotta ask, obviously, it's a huge time difference. I want to say 16 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's 24.
No, it's not 24.
Bro.
I got to pull it up right here.
I got the world clock right here.
Actually, right here. But how far out before the fight do you guys have to get out there to, obviously adjust?
So it's 15 plus, it says. Perth, right? Isn't that
No, Melbourne. It's 16. I got to pull it up right here. But go ahead, Bill.
We were contemplating going to London for the Warrington fight this weekend. How many hours is it there?
8.
you get on the plane, right?
So right now, because of we just changed time, it's only 7.
You get on the plane, you get your laptop, get some movies and stuff, get a good book, right? We spend some time talking and strategizing and going to sleep, and then and then we're there. It's a day worth of planning and me with my family. Right.
So you think you only need 1 day to acclimate?
No, I'm saying that it's a complete day of travel.
Oh yes,
right. And I more so look forward to it, alhamdulillah, that we're in a position that we're going to the Super Bowl of the lightweight division, right? Mm-hmm. And this is a thing that since Devin's been boxing since he's 8 years old, he's been in the ring, right? So I think that this trip and the time of us as family on the plane, right, and going to that is great. We're looking forward to it.
I got David Maldonado, New York City, says, "What's up, Bill? I'm a Teal supporter, but I have a ton of respect for you and how you raised your son. Anyway, my question is, if Tio and Kambosos would have fought on the original June date, do you think the outcome would have been different? I personally feel Tio was locked in and would have stopped him inside 7 rounds had the fight happened in June."
I don't want to take away from anything that Kambosos did, right? And I don't want to give Teofimo any kind of excuse that he doesn't need. He's a great young fighter. He'll be back, and I saw, I heard everyone talking about that he's quiet. We asked Teofimo to be quiet when he's talking, and then when he starts talking, we miss him. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Tio and Tio Senior. I hope he's having a healthy, we'll have a healthy resurgence back to the 140-pound division, and we look to still make it happen with him if he's healthy and does all the things he's supposed to do.
What do you make of? So, did you watch the Josh Taylor-Jack Catterall fight?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so I'm sure you heard a lot of people felt that it was very close. A lot of people felt that Catterall won. Despite the fight, after the fight, Catterall was dropped to the number 3 ranking at 104 for the WBO.
WBO.
And Liam Paro was moved to number 1. Tio moved to number 2. So
off a loss.
Off the loss, moving up, and basically they would be fighting Liam Paro, who I'm not familiar with, would be fighting Teofimo Lopez for the vacant WBO strap at 140.
All hypothetical because he hasn't really vacated yet, Josh Taylor.
But I feel like everybody knows he is. At least that's what I know he was planning on doing, is moving up. But just your thoughts on him getting that title opportunity coming off that loss.
He's a great young fighter, right? And the cream always rises to the top. You know what I mean? Like I say, shout out to him and his family and stuff like that. And I hope that he gets every opportunity that God sees him with.
Absolutely. Bill, man, I gotta ask, you don't seem too excited. Is it still a little early, or for you is it once that pen hits the paper, then we have ourselves a fight?
No, I'm very excited. Yesterday, when of course it's bittersweet because you're not able to. Loma is out when he shouldn't have been in, but he's out for something that, you know what I mean, is just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking what's going on over there in the Ukraine. So it's just hard for me to celebrate that Loma is out and we're in, but he shouldn't have been in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
We were saying
so it's just a lot of mixed emotions.
We were definitely saying that this morning. Like, it's so unfortunate that we got the fight that we should have got given the war. It's unfortunate.
No, that it took a war for someone not to avoid Devin Haney. That's the headline. It took a war to happen so that Kambosos has to fight him. But that has to be frustrating for you.
No, you know what? He's 23 years old, and we know that even the greats, like I talk about FM, Floyd Mayweather all the time, right? He had to go through the same thing, right? Andre Ward said that both Devin and Shakur, need to go through some of the things that the greats go through, you know. So it's all part of the process. We take it and we smile about it, and we know that, you know, we knew that our time was coming because we believe in Allah. We believe in Allah, and we know this. What's for you is for you, and what everybody else says doesn't mean anything.
Absolutely.
Right? So I wake up smiling every day.
Absolutely. I mean, we're happy. We're happy, right?
He's already checking trips to Australia.
Yo, I'm ready to book. I'm ready. I'm ready. You know, I told Ness, I'm like, yo, when we walking through the airport on our way out there, we got to get shirts that says "Journey to Melbourne." Like, I'm ready. You know, I'm ready because this is a fight. This is a fight that the boxing world deserves. This is a fight for undisputed. I mean, when you can count undisputed champions on both your hands, that's something special in the sport, right? And to give Devin an opportunity to become an undisputed world champion at just 23 years of age is great to me. And, you know, obviously spending years.
Hold on, it's more than great. It's groundbreaking. It's historic. It's the first time that you've seen a kid come right out of Oakland, California, right, to rise to the top of boxing and to be a promoter and to be independent. It's already been well publicized that Devin is his own boss. And I told everyone we'd get here. We'd get here. They said we were going to get lost on Dazn. No one watches streaming. And what is streaming? And they talked about linear television being the way out. But through the eyes of Devin and the younger people, I said, oh, no. I'm watching these kids on these phones, and I'm watching it turn to an app-based society versus just a television versus a television station, right? To it being an app. And if you talk about being the first at Dazn or being one of the pioneers that have opened the awareness to Dazn, it's been Devin Haney. When Devin Haney did the partnership with Matchroom at Dazn, it was only Danny Jacobs and Tevin Farmer that was there, respectfully. So everyone else was everywhere else.
Right.
So we said that would be the only way that it could work out, is that we could go to Dazn and show how much ass we kick, because Eddie couldn't kick ass in the U.S. We was already kicking ass, and we continue to kick ass in the U.S. and represent being a USA citizen that comes from the bottom to rise to the top. And I wanted other fathers and other mothers to see that they can do it. Because everyone said that you have to hook up with a powerhouse, you have to sell your son away, you have to sell your daughter away, and we did it without that. We did it without selling each other out. And that was more important. So when I say groundbreaking,
what do you mean by selling out?
Meaning you work, these dads and moms work with their kids all the way through amateurs. They know them the best. But somehow the kid is convinced as soon as he turns pro, the promoter, the new manager, and everybody is going to know him better than the father. But you know, behind the scenes, it's a lot of great fathers. Ortiz has a father. Sean Porter, Lopez, you've mentioned them before. I mean, we can go on and on. Garcia, we can go on and on. But when we talk about actually getting the fight, negotiating the fight, being a part of the fight, well, that's Devin Haney, me, and Devin Haney Promotions.
So,
right?
Bill, with everything you're saying right now, I got to ask, right, because you guys started Devin Haney Promotions from the beginning. You guys had other promoters reach out, other networks reach out. You guys worked with Showtime for a little bit. Everybody wanted you. What was it that made you believe and bet on Devin Haney Promotions so much and know, like, you know what, we're gonna take our own route. We're not gonna do what everybody else is doing.
That's a great question, but young brother, where you find your purpose, you find your passion. And our purpose was that we wanted to let other fathers and other mothers come back through the same footprints. We wanted to do something that was groundbreaking and historic, and go from the bottom and don't owe nobody. You hear me? Don't owe nobody. Ain't nobody running around saying, oh, we signed something with them and then we tried to get out of it, and we, you know, two months later, you know, we met somebody else and we want to get some more money. We didn't take a dime from nobody, right? And you can still do it because the talent speaks for itself.
Right.
The talent. So we named the company Devin Haney Promotions because he put it on his back and wore it.
Absolutely. Do you know who the last lightweight undisputed champion was?
I don't know.
Pernell Whitaker.
Woo.
Pernell Whitaker. So, knowing that now, and to think June 5th, my son can be named along the names of a Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker, rest in peace. What does that mean to you? It's such a young age, right? Devin's 23. What does that mean to you to know my son's gonna go down in the history books?
Well, we set out
even more.
Well, we set out with a goal when Devin was early on, and the goal was to be one of the best to ever put on a pair of gloves, and we continue to have that thinking and that mindset. He continues to work really hard in the ring and outside the ring to make those things happen.
I got Supreme Tax that says Devin Haney has the best resume at 135 right now. Do you agree, Bill?
I believe that he was qualified to be that dance partner in the Super Bowl of boxing, right? I don't diminish what the other fighters are doing because they've took the route that they've taken, right? And it takes two to tango. And I just said it's impossible for everyone to find a reason that Devin is not that ultimate, that other dance partner with the best fighter. You pick them. You put whoever in there, right? Right? You can pick your best one, and the second one that you want to see in there fighting them is Devin.
Bill, I gotta ask. So, from my understanding, the way which has led to a lot of this confusion, right? The way George and his team were able to win the WBC franchise status.
You don't win a franchise status, brother.
You email and ask,
no,
can you get
don't
it?
win that. You get stripped. We're not franchise champions, nor are we looking to become franchise champions.
So
we're active champions that fight and give chance to
the mandatory.
The other bad motherfuckers in boxing, because some bad motor scooters that's coming up from the that's coming up in the ranks. Guys that they don't know about. You know about because it comes right out of that same amateur age and era that
right.
Devin is. Shakur, Devin, they led the way, right? But you got some Jerron in this. You got Shushu that just showed out the other night.
Spectacular knockout.
Shout out to Shushu and them and what they doing in New York. I've been knowing, and they took their time.
Absolutely.
And him and his dad is working it.
Absolutely.
They went over there to Top Rank and did a deal with them. It's just so many of those guys out that era. But what I love and what people will probably be surprised about, that Devin is younger than all of them.
He younger than Shushu?
Check it.
What?
Check it. I know he's younger than Keyshawn Davis, and shout out to him, and he's doing a good job. He got the silver medal, or did we get silver?
Silver.
Yeah, shout out to Keyshawn. And
while you check that, we got Andre Brown. It says, hey, Bill, I hope this fight with Kambosos and Devin can get finalized, but I'm curious to know if the deal that's on the table now, the exact same deal that's rumored that you guys didn't accept to begin with, or were all these just rumors of you guys not accepting the original offer false and just Kambosos blowing smoke to make you guys seem as if you weren't willing to do whatever it took to make this fight happen?
Damn, he is younger than Shushu.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought Shushu was a kid.
24. Nah, because he was...
he took his time. Let me tell a story. He took his time. And sometimes, you got to let it bubble before it blow. You know what I mean? The water be ready at different times, right? So him and his dad, they're in New York getting some great sparring, great work, I think he was going to go the Olympic route.
He was.
And see, if Devin had went the Olympic route, right, that would have been his age. The world wouldn't have never seen Devin. But he was that good that we said, okay, y'all say he's too young, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to Mexico. And shout out to Tijuana. I always got to give kudos to Tijuana and what it did for Devin's career in Mexico, right? No different than what Canelo Alvarez had went and did in Mexico.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's a lot of legendary Mexican champions, and you would know them more than I do, that started in Mexico and came out great. But yeah, that whole class, Shushu, that's his class right there. I know all those guys. Duke Reagan, I just seen him, a good fighter. I just seen him over at the gym the other day. You got Troy Isley.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Tiger Johnson.
Devin younger than all them guys and got 27 fights.
That's, You bet. You
and
bet.
Undisputed.
You took that bet. You went down.
Not yet. Not yet.
June 5th.
The fight.
The Undisputed
No,
fight.
the Undisputed fight.
Okay.
Undisputed fight. That's
Not yet though.
Well-
Unless you saying you did get the offer.
okay.
Well,
listen-
no, he's
listen to what I'm saying.
confirming it on air. Is what you confirming the fight, Bill? Is that what you?
Well, what I'm confirming is let me confirm. Let me confirm the fact that the Kambosos team has did such a wonderful job in picking through everybody that it ended up being only Devin and Kambosos. I mean, only Devin and Lomachenko was the last two, correct?
Absolutely.
So I said, okay, the reason why I'm not coming and saying, okay, well, Loma didn't lose. Loma didn't, doesn't have just an injury or he's faking something. He's at war. You see what I mean? Which only left Devin and him. Now we got to work out the paperwork details and send it over. Now he's saying that Eddie said that he's looking at something today. So if you're looking at it today, then you're not looking at it today. You're looking at it today for the first time. It's not like you're looking at it back then, right? So Devin also said that it was an offer on the table from Eddie
Two Kambosos.
to Kambosos, right? So
So
and
So can we get the details of that? Your offer to Kambosos, was it to stage it in America or was it still to go to Australia?
still to go to Australia.
Oh wow.
so
Still to go to Australia, but it was to my understanding that the territorial rights that Eddie and Lou talked about weren't to Lou's liking. Lou didn't feel that
Television territorial rights.
right. Television territorial rights. Who gave it first? And that's between Lou and Eddie. I don't know who gave what or who gave first or last or any of that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But one thing that I know is you didn't give nothing to Devin Haney and Devin Haney Promotions, and we turned down nothing. You see what I mean? So that's the way that goes.
So what do you say to the people that are going to be like, well, Devin said he'll take whatever offer Loma took. Why is this going to be hard?
Show me Loma's offer with the date on it that he took it, and we rocking and rolling.
Okay.
That's easy.
Okay.
That's light work.
Okay.
That's light work. He's
Not really light work.
No, what I'm
though.
saying is
not really light work.
It's
I don't
work
think
because it's light work because it's an old paper that Loma is not taking, and he's in Ukraine.
But legally, isn't it?
It's old. It's
Yeah,
done.
but, I mean-
you put an X on it. It's done.
But ain't it like confidential regardless?
well, how can you take something if something is confidential?
I know. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. I just don't know that they can produce what you're looking for. But moving along, Decatur, Georgia, Lidslow says, will Devin be sparring some fast-punching fighters like Rashidi Ellis or Amir Khan?
We've worked with Amir Khan before. I doubt that'll be the guy that we go with. But
Well, he was just sparring the other day. Who was in there?
who? What?
Devin.
Amir Khan?
No, Devin was just sparring. I could have sworn we just seen something he posted, right? Then you both. So he had black headgear on, I think.
Probably a guy in our camp. We got a lot of young fighters. We got a lot of young guys that have a lot of speed and stuff like that. And Devin works on his defense, and they throw punches and stuff like that. We do a lot of skilled sparring right now, just skill training, right? Stuff to be what we call
Stay
situational.
sharp. Okay.
Situational. We call it situational training, right? Where we let the guy come in. He don't have a whole lot of pop, but he's fast. He throws a lot of punches, and Devin works on his defense.
So are you guys holding camp here in Vegas? Are you going to, I don't know, do something new?
No, God willing, we'll spar. I mean, we'll train here in Vegas as usual, and then we'll make the trip to Australia and finish it up and finish camp in Australia.
Has it always been easy for Devin to remain focused being here in Australia in Vegas during camp?
No, Devin is a focused fighter. I mean, he's been focused at the task at hand and his craft, polishing his craft since he's been very, 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 very young. So when it comes to doing his job, just like you and the young brother there, we you got a job to do, and then it's time to play or time to party or time to have fun. But you got a job to do, And Devin has been very mature, past his years.
Absolutely.
I just asked
Very
because some
disciplined.
people leave home to quote unquote focus, right? They go to Big Bear, they go to the mountains to focus and isolate, stay away. So I'm just.
Well, it's so many other ancillary things when you're not at home that you can't do, that your mind tends to not be as relaxed as you are at home. So home always has the home court advantage. Always can play a part, right, in a fighter's relaxation, or it can be a detriment to a fighter when a fighter has so much stuff to do at home. Meaning a big fight where you got to get all your friends, all your people, all your stuff, and Kambosos now is experiencing that, right? Devin is relaxed and will experience not having to do a lot of that, right? A lot of the promotion and the build up for the fight, right, is on Kambosos' team to bring to the table, because we don't know none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
it's his hometown.
And it's his hometown. So I'm sure he'll be carrying that part as the emperor that he says that he is.
He promised what, 70,000, but
I thought it was 50.
Well, so the venue holds 50, but I know he said 70,000
Okay.
Australians.
But you got to understand, 50,000 people that come out for something, that come out for an event like you guys come out. You come out for fight week, right? Mm-hmm. I can't do nothing with you. I can't spend any time with you. Dev can't spend any time. He can't see you. Only time he actually sees everybody is when he's walking into the thing. When he's walking into.
Why? He's going to be isolated because of COVID restrictions, you're saying?
No, you're just busy working.
Okay.
Right? While everyone else is in town, they report on the event, and then you go have some fun, right? You're having fun.
Absolutely.
Everyone is having fun during the fight. So it's like we don't know anyone in Australia. So it's not for us like, oh man, we can't go here, we can't go there, we can't go there. You know what I'm saying? So it's a relaxed. We look forward to being relaxed when we've had it to whereas Devin is headlining the Mandalay Bay or he's headlining the MGM or something like that. It takes some work.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? It takes some work.
No, absolutely.
And you're being pulled in many different directions. So now, like I say, shout out to Kambosos and them who stepped up, and Lou DiBella, who's doing a good job as well to, taking some of that pressure off of both Devin Haney Promotions, and of course Eddie Hearn.
Mm-hmm. Bill, still kind of avoided the question in
Which one is that? Which one is that?
A couple, right? A couple. I've been keeping them in the back of my head though. So you just brought up going out there to finish up camp. How far out minimum would you like to be out there and acclimated?
We asked this question before about the acclimation. He won't give a solid answer. Are you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the fight? How long do you want to be there in Australia before the fight?
Well, we need enough time to make the adjustment. We don't consider that 1 day flight and the acclimation and all that. We take that serious, but I just don't know what day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we're gonna leave.
absolutely.
I just kind of don't know what day we're gonna leave. Yes.
But do you know an amount of time in which you want to be in the country before the actual fight?
Ultimately, like looking at Dev, talking to him, us figuring out and strategizing, then I want to get back with you on that time.
2 interviews in studio and we still ain't get an answer on that one. I like that.
Okay.
I got the best dad ever in Baltimore. Since the WBA will order Tank to fight the WBA Super after his fight, if y'all win, will y'all drop the belts and move up, or will you accept that challenge?
Since the WBA Tank is a big fight. Tank is a big fight for many reasons. Ultimately, right now we have our eyes on Kambosos, and I don't want to take anything away from the job that George has did and the job that Devin has did, and making this fight for the true undisputed title. Similar to what the brother said, as Pernell Whitaker.
Absolutely.
That's Pernell Whitaker. So I really don't want to talk about him fighting nobody else right now. But you know, I anytime Tank's name come up, you know, I want to definitely give him his props as well. You know.
Have you seen the stadium that I guess they have set aside for this undisputed Super Bowl, Bill?
No, I haven't seen the stadium.
Man,
Right?
let me real quick. Let me get a screen share, Trav. So that is the stadium, Marvel Stadium. It is right on a river in downtown Melbourne. Holds 54,000, and it's primarily used for cricket. Obviously, this is, as Bill said, the lightweight undisputed Super Bowl.
But you talk about the Marvel Stadium in Australia and just the city of Melbourne, who's a city of hardworking, blue collar and upscale guys. I think women and men and women. I think the average salary there is like $200K or something like that.
Damn.
Right? As far as I know, you can check. Okay. You can check it out. Fast fact it real.
Damn,
real
average.
quick.
The average for the entire city.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
So when everyone is talking about, you talk about people with intelligence, and you know, and we having a great opportunity to go down here in Melbourne and get some fans and do some great business with the Kambosos team and Lou DiBella. It's just something that I'm really looking forward to. I don't consider it as a hostile area. Even, you know, when I go when we go to TJ, we have so much love and endearment for Tijuana and what they did and gave us the opportunity to come out there, and they were, you know, it was fair. It was fair. So I don't believe in that hostile environment stuff. I think that, you know, it's just you can root for one fighter or you can root for the other, but you will definitely have respect for Devin for coming to Australia, you know, for such a big fight.
Yeah, man. Only some of the greats have traveled, man. You know, you got Crawford obviously went to the UK to fight Ricky Burns. Vasil, you know, went over there and fought Campbell. Bradley went over there and fought Junior Witter. You know, Martin Murray, got to give him credit. He went all the way to Argentina to fight Sergio Martinez. He probably got the win that rainy night and wasn't giving it.
Sorry about that. Bill, just curious. Right now, you said obviously Devin is, I'd say, a bit of a gym rat, always working, whether there's a fight scheduled or not.
Yo, I'm tight.
Hold on.
Hold up.
No, hold on.
Nah. He been told me I could come to the gym. You ain't give me no address. And then I post some Devin Haney workout from yesterday, and I see Sean in the back. I'm like, damn, I can't get the address. I see Sean in the back with y'all.
Well, no, Sean
I'm gonna have to just start showing up, man.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't deny that. But when you do come down, I want it to be scheduled that you and Dev do
I'm gonna have to end up showing up like a stalker, man.
No,
feeling left out.
No, Sean was there, but unfortunately, Sean and Dev didn't talk or didn't do anything. You know, he got a chance to watch.
Look, I cannot expect to have a better relationship than Sean. Sean been with Dev from the beginning. I can't even deny that.
Sean was working with you.
Yeah, he was, but it was him. But it was him building that relationship here in Vegas.
And let me tell you, when Sean left Ness, that's how we met. Was through Sean.
Really?
And through Sean. I was a fan, and I was asking Sean a bunch of questions. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna start my own channel. He's like, nah, I just left the Boxing Voice, get with Ness. Ness happened to be in town, and we met up at the Pepper Mill. And I swear to God, Bill,
Pepper Mill, that the old spot, that's the old meetup spot.
Yeah, and I told
that was Danny, like, yo, meet me here.
Yeah, I told him I'm Pepper Mill. Bill, I swear to God, this was 2018 in June. So let's keep in mind that. So right now Devin was 19 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what you told me?
I'm pretty sure I know what I told you.
He said, man, you need to get in there with Dev. I promise you, he the next one. Devin will pay your rent. He'll pay your mortgage. He'll pay your car note. He like, you got to get in there with Dev. And thankfully, you know, through the years, I've been able to develop a rapport and a relationship with you all. And, you know, seeing him come this far, right? You know, back then, I remember he had like a fight on CBS Sports or some shit.
Really?
Yeah, Devin had a fight on CBS Sports. It was in downtown Vegas. Like they did the.
Which one was that?
Man, I'm talking years ago.
Yeah, it was at the D.
At the D. Years ago.
That's why we call this guy the Almanac.
Years ago, and you know, we here, man. We here now, undisputed.
Yeah, it's because it's the same thing that you said, right? Like, you understood when you made your decision to go to the zone, you understood that Devin had a certain connection with the social media platforms. And I seen that right away. At 12 years old, he was doing numbers that professional fighters weren't doing. So, you know, you know, we both understand analytics.
And Ness was 100% right about Devin too. And the only thing that I happen to be glad is that you didn't get him to pay your rent, because he pays so many rents.
No. I'm
talking about
like
the
that.
numbers.
Not like that.
I'm talking about.
I'm saying he does so much numbers.
Interview.
Yeah.
I thought.
No.
Johnny and Johnny works for, you know, all the guys.
Yeah. No.
We definitely not in Devin pockets like that. We're talking about from an analytical standpoint, the videos that you do with, like, I got a video that he did pad work with Floyd Sr. It still gets his. It's residual.
Right.
So
that's what I was ring, in front of the ring.
That's what I was explaining to him, that if you just stay on Devin, build a rapport, those videos, those workouts, that's going to be enough.
And listen, and we appreciate you and Ness and all the guys. If we're helping in that way, then we're working together and working together.
Of course.
Because you're helping us. You're helping us, Danny.
Of course.
And Ness.
I got Steve in the UK. He says, "Hey, Bill, thanks for co-hosting." So if this fight isn't official and if Loma is released from the Ukraine, does that mean that Devin is the guy if Lomachenko can't fight? Also, will Devin get the vaccine if he hasn't already? Good luck getting into Australia without one. Seek Novak Djokovic as a case in point.
He's a great tennis player. My younger son Sean loves Djokovic. But no, to answer the question, I'll answer the vaccine. We're going to be vaccinated and fully vaccinated, double vaccinated, and prepared to go. And what is this next one?
Basically, what we already know. Since Loma's out, Devin's in.
Okay, yeah, but like I said, the way in which Loma is out, right, would, gives us every credence to want to give him a shot. If when we are successful with Kambosos, is then to give Lomachenko a shot based on our empathy for the.
You're willing to offer him a fight
after.
Why, Bill?
So there's no rush.
There's
no rush out of the division.
It's just something that kind of just doesn't sit.
But that offer wouldn't supersede a Gervonta Davis fight, right?
Like I said, it's touchy, man. I don't want to really talk about that, but it's crazy, man. That for us to then deny him an opportunity, or first to then give Tank an opportunity versus him, but because Tank is a big fight, Loma's a big fight. It's just something that I don't look forward to right now going into and focus on Kambosos, if that makes sense.
Kambosos was, as we were saying earlier, was speaking.
He said the same thing.
Was speaking about obviously he said once what did he say?
Wipes the floor with Devin Haney.
Then
he's looking forward to giving Lomachenko an opopportunity.
I didn't know. I didn't know he even said that.
Okay, so is there to your knowledge, right? Like I said, Eddie Hearn just confirmed like an hour and a half ago that they've received an offer, that you all have received an offer. Is there a rematch clause to your knowledge, or is it a one-way? Is it like a one-way thing in favor?
Where only the champion Kambosos?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it.
Okay, so we don't know that yet. Okay.
Are you willing to accept the AJ contract where it's just Kambosos gets the rematch clause?
Devin has to accept it.
But you're the manager. You're gonna advise.
No, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna weigh out everything and give it to him, my perspective on it, right? And then ultimately he's gonna decide.
going back to the vaccine, are you waiting till you actually sign contracts to get the vaccine? And has Devin already gotten one part?
No, Devin has already, he's already did it. He's already moved, in that direction. I think he gets he either getting a booster or something like that. I'm not very familiar with it, so I think he's doing.
So he already got one then, right? Because you can't get the booster without having one.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying he already got one. So,
but you are waiting till the contract gets signed to get it.
Well, we have other coaches. We have other coaches on our coaching staff that are already double vaccinated, and they're prepared to go.
Wait. Are you saying you might not be there?
No, if we should do a press conference earlier,
okay,
then it'll be Devin and one of the other coaches, and then
Ben Davidson.
Probably maybe Ben Davidson or someone like that, and then
That's gonna be strange not to see you there at the press conference.
You're not gonna be there.
I know, but you're the dad. You're the dad, and you've always been there.
Come on. Come on. We're going to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? We're going to make it happen.
We going to fucking Melbourne, man. I've literally, he knows, Bill, I'm like, all right, cool. We have a 2-hour layover in LA.
I've never been on a plane that long. Have you been on a plane that long?
No. The farthest I've been is to London. That's why I said the 8-hour trip to London.
I feel like that's.
Are you guys going out there, or were you just considering it?
Listen.
For the Warrington fight. Free publicity.
All right. Let me tell you guys. What we might do is fly halfway, get off the plane, stay a day or two, because we have 2 months to get there. So we stay a day or two there, right? And then fly another flight in a couple days. So we don't have to do it all in one day.
Yeah, that sounds right.
See, I wasn't going to say that, but this is the voice of the people, the boxing voice. So that's our way around if we decide that we don't want to just spend the whole day. Mm-hmm. And even that, we break it up in a couple of days. We still spend time with each other on the plane, and then we get off. He still does a little bit of training, still does his stuff.
Right.
You get a chance to relax. I don't know, where's halfway? New Zealand or something like that?
Nah, like it's probably Hawaii.
What?
Because we're like on the west, and that's not even halfway, because it's like 5 hours.
There's a lot of strategy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of strategy that goes into it. But if we're forced to, then we take the flight over. And what's the name? But it's so much that can be did.
Absolutely.
In a positive. So I think about it positive, and I think about this optimistic. I don't think about it the only way, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I've never did it. Mm-hmm. I've never did it, but it's people that do it every day.
Absolutely.
So let me just, let us just sit down with a travel agent or somebody.
Is your family looking forward to it?
Yes.
There's nonstop flights from LA to fucking Melbourne. Like,
no way.
I shit you not. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've seen flights. We'd have like a 2-hour layover in LA and then go from LA straight to Melbourne. But it's just
for that, we might as well go to LA.
You've been already?
No. I'm saying I've been looking. Yo, I'm ready to book. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get back from New York from Tank's fight Sunday, leave Monday, get the Wednesday. Yo, we ready, Bill.
Absolutely.
We ready to go. Tell him what you said about the car. Tell him what about.
Well, we did look it up. But it's too long. It takes too long.
He was like, "Yo,
this car out there."
No, he's like, "Yo, fuck it, put it in the." He's like, "Fuck it, put it in the container."
Thank you.
My boss.
But it take like
one spot next to it. It was one spot. Listen, that shit is so clean. It's one spot.
It's actually dirty, man. It's very dusty in Vegas.
It's one spot out there that's open. That's next to his car. I pulled and parked way down. I didn't put my truck next to it. You did?
I got Tennessee James Payne Lethal that says, if successful in inking the fight and capturing the undisputed title, who would you target next, or what will be the next move?
Which he kind of already
he kind of already said that he doesn't want to think too far ahead, but I do want to go ahead and respect James. Actually, he picked me up in the Tennessee airport and drove me to pick up that car.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to my audience. He said, we'll all see how unimpressive Taylor looked in defending his undisputed title, and we don't want to see that replicated with the Dream Team. Would you stay and defend, move up and challenge another top name like Tank or someone else? Please elaborate, and thank you for your time. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Keith. Thank you for your question. And only thing that I can say, inshallah, when we're successful with George Kambosos, the sky is the limit, and we'll be entertaining and all the different possibilities. It's just I got my head wrapped around this George Kambosos. It's not an easy task at all. You know what I mean? We don't underestimate, what they bring to the table. And, it's just hard to you don't want to be all over the place. You cannot think about a Tank and fight a George Kambosos. You cannot think about a Loma and fight George Kambosos. It's just not the way it is. It's George Kambosos and it's George Kambosos. That's what's happening.
I got Coach Myers in Connecticut. Good morning, Bill. The WBA said it was consolidating order the WBA regular champ, Gervonta Tank Davis, to fight the WBA super champ at 135, winner of Devin and Kambosos. When Devin becomes undisputed, are you willing to take the Tank fight after Kambosos or move up to 140? Leonard Ellerby said he won't overpay for a belt. Same question over and over.
No, but shout out to Leonard and them and what they've been doing, and it's always been a mutual respect, you know what I mean? But it's always a competitive spirit and a desire to put on the biggest event of our careers with a Mayweather Promotions fighter and Tank Davis. So I would never rule out anything like that. I would be open to it, you know what I mean? It's a great opportunity to capture an audience that we hold dear to our heart, that Tank has as well. So I don't look at it or criticize it. I just say that give us a little bit of time and let us get through this Kambosos shit, and we're gonna do what we've always did, is not turn down a fade and look for the best fight possible.
Last time Devin was in the ring, obviously against Jojo Diaz on December 4th. Tank went the day after you guys. This time he'll be going a week before. How do you see his fight with Rolly play out?
Thank God that he's going a week before and not, the
a
same
day before.
No, not the same day. You know what I mean? Because we share the same
Similar,
fan base, similar. Or no, we share a lot of the same fans, right?
Absolutely.
We share the same fan base, even if his might be a little bit larger or whatever. But we share the same fan base, and I think that's great for our fans to be able to watch Tank the week before. You know what I'm saying? Before Devin,
Absolutely.
Right? It was a little bit unfortunate that everyone was torn between a Saturday and a Sunday or something with Tank, right? I think he was on a Sunday. Yeah, he was on a Sunday in LA, and Devin was on a Saturday in Las Vegas.
Especially those who wanted to make a trip out of it, right? Especially those who wanted to make a trip out of it. We made the trip to Los Angeles the morning after Devin's fight for Gervonta's fight, but there's people that can't afford two trips, right?
Absolutely, brother.
So,
you want to try some of that? That's actually.
I keep looking at it, man.
Go ahead. That's.
No, I'm going to eat something as soon as we get off.
Okay, yeah.
And we take a break.
Yeah. For sure. We're going to take that smoke break. I got Way B that says.
Taking a break with you.
Way B says, so basically Bill is saying since Loma is out, they're no longer sticking to their word and saying that they would take whatever offer Loma was getting.
Hey, send whoever that is if you send me the offer, you tell me what the offer is. Could somebody tell me what the offer is for Loma right now? I mean, shout out to the Boxing Voice, the voice of the people, so we can quickly dispel all this bullshit, right? If somebody knows what the offer Loma was getting, please type it in the chat right now or call in.
But in theory,
no theory. We go on reality.
Okay, so in reality, you still would take the offer that Loma was getting as long as you can see it.
If I can see it and I see that he accepted it, right? And not that it's something that he's negotiating still, right? Or you just sent him something or you guys just talked about something, right? Then it could be a fabrication of the truth, or it could be something a little bit fishy. But if you want to really show us and really, then of course, we'll honor it. But you have to, it has to have some validity.
It's a fight that at this point it just needs to happen.
Yeah, it doesn't. And the Loma shit and what Loma gonna take and all that shit like that, because someone figured out a way to lowball Devin and saying that Loma was getting lowballed when he shouldn't be lowballed because he's a world champion, and Kambosos shouldn't be lowballed. Devin shouldn't be lowballed. Tank, T.O., none of them. You know what I'm saying? And we know enough about the business that ain't even going to happen anyway.
Bill, not sure if you caught it, but the other day we had a show, and obviously there's very few topics that are recurring and always relevant in the sport, and this is one of them. And somebody's like, yo, Devin's overpaid. He priced himself out, wants too much money. And I'm like, yo, how can you say that the next man is overpaid when he's getting paid? Like outside of Gervonta Davis, and he has pay-per-view model behind him, Devin Haney's the highest paid lightweight in the world, no question about it. Is this a situation that you'd say, obviously Devin makes the final call, but you'd be like, Dev, maybe let's take a little bit less. Let's get the fight, and that'll bring on those bigger paydays.
Well, that's because you never get to the point where we are by selling yourself short, right? You never, you just don't do it. A lot of times, the way that fighters have to negotiate is by the way that things that they've signed previously. They can be talked to in a certain way. They can be treated in a certain way because of what they signed and what they've committed to, right? You should never say that a promotional house that's delivering a fighter, right, is getting paid too much. Devin Haney Promotions is delivering a fighter. It's just that Devin Haney is our CEO.
Absolutely.
But it's a company behind him. And if you guys, will see that we work hard too. We work hard, both inside the ring and outside the ring, at making this thing happen. And you never hear us say anything about money. I just told NextGen, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Everything's going to happen. Everything's going to work out. I don't never have to say nothing about money because our thing speaks for itself. Why? Because when we show up, it's me and him. Ain't no cutthroat, backdoor and shit. You know what I mean? He gets it real. He gets it fresh off the press. Right? And that's the kind of guy I am. And that's the kind of guy he is.
Absolutely.
R. Jonesy says, same question. Axe, will he defend the belts or go up if they win?
Okay, let me ask that question. Is Devin overpaid? And this is what everyone needs to ask that is of that mindset. Is Devin overpaid or is your favorite fighter underpaid?
Talk to us, Bill. Talk to us, Bill. Oh, talk to us.
Very true.
Talk to us.
Frank the Tank. Is the plan for Devin to take over everything and leave the sport on his terms? If so, he has to accept B-side until he gets the fights, then move up.
Hey, we're doing everything and negotiating A-side, B-side, whatever that you want to say about it. But we've never turned down a fade. We've never turned down a deal. We've never, none of that. So, that's why we're sitting in the seat that we are in right now. I'm gonna let everyone negotiate. I'm here to tell you that on our side, we haven't received anything to turn anything down, right? We've talked, we've heard deal points, we've heard what things might look like and all that, but I haven't gotten it on here. And whether it be from our dear friend in New York, Lou, or my dear friend over in the UK, Eddie Hearn.
Mr.
Eddie Hearn. So they won't come out and say, well, I gave it to Bill, and then I hit him on the text and told him did he get the email, respond to the email, or anything that you do in business. So that's the only thing that, and I say, listen, everybody is doing a wonderful job. A lot of things are coming out in the media and stuff like that, but the opportunity for the teams, the Kambosos team and the Haney team, to get together and make this fight is a true Cinderella story, both on our part, from what we've come to be 23 years old, from Kambosos' part, from having 3 split decisions against good fighters, the resurgence of Lou DiBella and what he's been to boxing, and to be back on top, leading and calling shots, to Eddie Hearn, who invested time and money into a young Devin Haney when no one believed that he was a boss. No one gave him the opportunity as a boss, right? And to make the decisions. We delivered Jojo Diaz through social media and talking, and Devin was texting him, and then me and Ness invited JoJo Diaz on the over to the Boxing Voice, right, and got him to commit on the Boxing Voice. Then you have Jorge Linares, Jorge Linares was going really hard on Ryan Garcia and social media, so we reached out to Jorge for the fight, and then contacted Golden Boy, right? Gamboa, we saw Gamboa 11 months after Tank Davis, but we saw Gamboa, and we saw that Tank had some problems with Gamboa. He got a couple black eyes and some shit like that. We was like, oh, shit, he touching Tank up. So we were thinking that...
With a broken foot.
Yeah, but we were
he
thinking...
had a busted Achilles.
Yeah, but we were thinking that, okay, so we get Tank and he don't touch us. We get Gamboa. It's a good opponent because he's not going to touch us. We won't go in there and put a masterclass ass whooping on him, right? Mm-hmm. But for Tank he had to go 12 with Tank, we figured there was something in there. It must have been some kind of power or something for him to go that long, because up until that time, Tank was getting him out of there really quick, right? He was getting him out of there really quick. But we made that fight happen as well, and others. And I think that even sometimes that we weren't given the credit that we need, we did good business and we were given the cash.
Absolutely. How was Hawaii,
cash and
Bill?
credit go together?
Cash and credit, do it go together?
Yeah.
Nah.
Why not?
I mean, it go
credit
together.
is cash as long as you got that money
if you
to
had
pay.
To choose one, which one would you take?
I mean, honestly, I'm gonna be real. Because of business, I use my credit card.
No, which one
for my points?
Which one would you accept? Which one do you accept?
I'm accepting both as a merchant. I'm taking both always, so that I can get more money. But I get you. Cash is king. It's immediate. It's effective. Absolutely. But
I prefer the cash because the credit,
as a business, I'm accepting all forms of payment.
If you ever notice, your credit, it goes up and down. The more that you owe,
the more that you use.
The more that you use, the more that you owe, the more credit you got, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wish that was the way it was cash. The more cash you get, the more cash you get.
Yep.
Cash is king, man.
It is, absolutely.
Liquid.
Absolutely. But again, if you got a nice credit card that gives you good points, you might want to use that sucker.
Yep.
But we got Revon who says, my man Bill here won't answer the preparation questions. They won't say Devin started his training camp a long time ago. Devin is ready to go, fellas.
I don't think that, when you talk to an actual strategy standpoint of flying, of when you're going to go and all that, I don't want the people to think that it's deception. I just want people to know it's certain uncertainty in there, and it's more me being vulnerable to not actually knowing than actually trying to deceive you guys.
Got it. I think that is all the questions.
We just got a
new one,
super chat.
Man, I thought you had a couple more questions that I avoided. You said,
the WBC situation, like
what? You didn't
George,
ask me no WBC.
Yeah, I did.
Today.
I was getting to it. You cut me off.
Okay.
Y'all bad at that. You
okay? Come on.
Nah,
come on
Bill,
with
but
it. Come on.
So George and his team, they requested for that belt or whatever to be on the line when they fought Tio. So, have you heard, like, would that even still be a thing?
Well, Devin openly came out and
this
said
fight?
that he's not a franchise, and Mauricio said he understood. He said, and that's quite all right for Devin. That's quite all right for Devin to choose to be a champion that wants the mandatories. He wants all the drama, right?
What you mean?
All the drama. See, all the drama means that it might be a fighter.
Defend.
It might be a fighter that is really good, but he's not really visible. Right? Like he's not really known, but he's just known for being in the gym. He doesn't have a social media presence. So you can't run from this guy, right? But then if you're a franchise champion, you say that to make the big fights, then you might end up with a social media star instead of a fighter that really is deserving of the fight in terms of trying to make it. We said, okay, well, unfortunately for us, we saw the Mayweathers and we saw, the Pernell Whitakers and we saw those guys, right? And we've been looking at that being the pattern, that being the barometer, right? So the new franchise thing didn't sit well with us. And like it doesn't with most people. But Mauricio, who's who's trying to do the job that he can do, the best job that he can do, right? When we didn't want that. We don't want franchise tag. We don't want to be associated with that. And you see that Canelo, when he became undisputed, he wasn't undisputed with a franchise tag.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he eventually relinquished that status.
So, and I guess the question was more so, is that so that, but you've answered that is something that you guys will not be looking to gain.
No, they're not
be a
accepting
franchise
it.
champion,
They're not accepting
Danny.
it. They're not accepting it.
We'll never be a franchise champion.
Okay. That was all. That was all I wanted to know. That was it. I'm like,
No, Devin has already said that.
okay.
No, Devin said that publicly. I'm
Okay.
not saying nothing new or not,
Right.
you know what I mean? Devin has said that out of his mouth. And Mauricio had backed it up and said, okay, he understands. And he said that that's quite all right with being that kind of champion. Being a world champion, undisputed world champion versus an undisputed franchise champion. Right?
I got you.
And like I said before, some of the stuff that we're doing is the first and will be the first. That's what being groundbreaking. That's what being trend setting. That's what getting out before everyone. And it's not the most easy job, young brother.
You guys would be the first. You guys will be. Let me correct myself. You guys will be the first. I'm double checking because I'm pretty sure Sweet Pea was a undisputed champion in the 3-belt era. So you guys would be the first in the 4-belt era in the lightweight division, of course.
Number 7.
Number 7 ever.
Yeah, number
That's
7.
crazy.
That's number 7.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I got who is this from? Mad Ben in Kansas City says, great for Devin. Hashtag get Rashidi Ellis a fight. Summer is Keith's. You didn't answer that though. Is Rashidi Ellis someone that you would consider using, or is he just too big?
Yeah. No. What, is he tall or something?
147?
No, but is he tall?
I don't think so. It's pretty short.
What's his height?
I think he's short because I know he
he.
fought Eddie Gomez, and Gomez is pretty short himself.
Of course. Is that Rashidi Ellis's people or something like that?
Nah, it's just that Rashidi's been in a Golden Boy contract for 2 years where he's been idle. He actually beat Alexis Rocha, who just beat Blair DeFlair.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the one that gave him the first loss, but he's gotten nothing from it. They shelved him, but now he's a free agent. So, people just want to see him get an opportunity,
All right, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Rashidi. Anything's possible.
5'9".
5'9". Yeah, same height as Dev and Kambosos. What is Kambosos? 5 what?
I know
Is Kambosos that tall? No way.
I know Kamboso. I know Dev got the longer reach.
Yeah, we were checking that.
3 inches.
What do you think of Kambosos? We were actually watching the highlights with him and Mickey Bay. He's pretty fast, man. He's got a good counter left hook.
Yeah. No, he's a great young fighter. I always say that all these guys are great, man. It's just something special about Dev.
They got
that
him at
just puts
5'9.5".
Yep. So it's just something special about Devin that's just a cut above, and he's doing what the greats do, the all-time greats, So, I look forward to it, man. I look forward to it. I have nothing but good things about to say about what Kambosos does in the ring.
How could I forget? Gotta ask you, last time we had you on, it was maybe a few days before the Jorge Linares Zaire Abdullah fight.
Oh yeah, man.
So we did a fight chat for that, which was really fucking stupid because ESPN Plus went out in the 12th round.
Yeah.
So when we got it back, the fight
was over.
The fight had ended. But what'd you make of that fight? We both thought Jorge had a lot of success the first half of the fight, and it just seemed like Zaire just came on the second half and took over.
It was a good fight.
I should watch that fight.
You didn't watch it?
No.
Oh, it was very. So do you know who won?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zaire Abdullah.
Yeah, okay.
But Zaire Abdullah is a good fighter, man. He's a good fighter. People didn't know him. People didn't know him though.
I didn't know him when Devin fought him in New York.
Yeah,
I didn't know him.
He was in the tournament though. He was in that WBC tournament where it was Zaire, Devin, Teofimo and Javier Fortuna.
Yeah, but Teofimo chose to go the IBF route.
Teofimo left and went the other way. Fortuna.
I got you.
Fortuna, you know what Samson said Fortuna was doing. Or was it Samson doing it? Hiding like a cat? Hiding like a cat?
I don't know. I'm assuming it was the promoter trying to get their fighter the biggest possibility.
Right. So that left Devin and Zairo Abdullayev, right? But yeah, shout out to him and Aegis Clemus. You know, Aegis Clemus represents him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so shout out to him and Aegis, Aegis doing a great job keeping it lit.
Yeah, you know, I was down in New York for that fight week asking Aegis. I mean, y'all could do business for this one. Well, why can't we do business for Lomachenko?
Yeah, see, a lot of people don't know that, the behind the scenes of that, though. Of course. That Aegis, we've already fought a fighter that Lomachenko, manager.
Absolutely.
Part of their stable.
And that makes Devin's win look so much even better, right?
Well, either way, right? Regardless of who would have won that night, Devin came out on top because they were both Devin Haney victims.
The difference is that Jorge Linares is a name that people know. People really like Bill was saying didn't really know Zaire Abdullayev.
But again,
so it's like, oh, Devin Miles Haney just broke his fucking face. Oh, and he just fucking stopped Jorge Linares. It just makes Devin's win look better.
But Aegis told me something, and I was all excited and shit, and I was like, yeah. You see what he just did to Zara and all that. And I said, what's up with your boy? What's up with Lomachenko next? He says, that'll be the fight that never happened.
Between Devin and Loma.
Yeah,
that's what he said?
Yeah, he killed me off.
That must have been recent. If you're saying
that wasn't recent.
That was back then.
That was, Lomachenko was champion then. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so the tables switched a little bit, you know what I mean? Because they weren't expecting that Teofimo loss at all.
I disagree with Danny. I think that either way, Devin came out on top in that Linares Abdullayev fight because it might have worked out better. The Abdullayev won since he is the unknown name getting the signature win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Versus Linares winning and us expecting him to win because he's the name.
But see, and that's what I'm saying with Devin when he fought Abdullayev. He broke his face. Mm-hmm. That same guy just went and beat. The last guy you beat, or two opponents ago. So to me, and like I'm saying, the fact that we know Abdullayev now, but to the world he wasn't known and still may not be known. But when people go check the facts, they're like, wow, Devin did that, and then went ahead, and Abdullayev was still able to come back and be successful. So that's all I'm saying.
I got one more from Wade B who says, so if Devin was in Kambosos' position and another fighter would take what Cam was getting, you would send the other fighter the contract that was offered to Cam? So if Devin was in Kambosos' position and another fighter would take what Kambosos was getting, would you send the other fighter the contract that was offered to Cam? I guess he wants to put you in the Lomachenko shoes, right?
No, I guess in the Kambosos shoes.
How so?
Because he's saying, obviously Bill was saying, we don't know what they offered Lomachenko. Mm-hmm. So they're asking him. So if the shoe was on the other foot practically, would you...
Oh, basically, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's confidential. So basically they're asking, if the other team was asking for you to show that same contract, would you then send it to say, yeah, this is what we were offering him and he was willing to accept, now you got to take it?
Of course. Of course.
There we go.
There you go.
Really quick. Just really quick. You said, what was the word you used, Bill? You said, not phase training. What type of training is Devin doing right now?
Situational sparring.
Situational.
I don't want to be doing too much talking. You know what I'm saying? Giving this game up before, June 5th. But yeah, situational training. Situational.
So
sparring.
what was the situation to get the Miguel Berchelt sparring? That was
No, I did. We did a favor for our good friend over there, Coach Capatilio.
Okay.
Who Cap?
Of course.
Cap is doing a wonderful job.
Shout out to Jorge Capatillo.
Shout out to Jorge, who's doing a wonderful job, and I'll probably be doing something with him.
Okay.
Something with him
for sure.
In the camp. He gives us great sparring partners when we're getting ready, and he told us that Miguel needed to have a Devin look. Needed to see Devin and see what this American boxing, because Miguel has been sparring and stuff in Mexico, right?
Okay.
So, no better person than to bring and get him acclimated to it than Devin, He can see the shit and on speed, right? And so that was just a favor that we did to Coach Cap.
Okay.
Bill, any Cody Crowley sparring stories you got for me? Devin, has he gotten some work with Cody? Because Cody has the confidence of Devin.
Like 16, 17.
Oh, when Devin was 16.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's a
now we
long-ass
need
time
to
ago.
get Cody back though. That was a good Cody.
Yeah, because he
shout
be
out
talking.
Cody, shout out Cody and Ibn. Ibn, you know Ibn? His manager?
No.
His manager trainer?
Nope.
That's Hassim Rockman's brother.
Okay.
Right? Cody lives here, right? Lives in Vegas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, shout out Cody. We're gonna be looking to holler at him.
You got to fight
Now
this. Is it this weekend or next
see
weekend?
how I knew right off? See, I said yes? Right off. That's a good one there. Cody don't play.
So you got
tough.
him beating Josecito Lopez?
I didn't know he had a fight.
Yeah, he's fighting Josecito Lopez. What card is that on?
I don't know.
When? What date? What date?
It's coming up. It's coming up.
Tell me not too far away.
Not too far away. It's coming up.
Give me a sec, Bill.
So he's sparring right now.
He's sparring
Yeah.
right now. He was
All right.
supposed to spar Kenneth Sims, and he must have had a bad stomach, so they canceled it. And like his stomach was hurting. or
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
gonna get in touch with Ibn and see can we, go over there and help Cody get ready for his date, and then
I got Way B back with another. Let me go ahead and ring the alarm. It's definitely number 3 for Way B.
hey, what happened? What happened to my intro?
Oh, that's fucking right. That's right. That's right. He do it.
And your voice, this guy's voice, the producer, is incredible. It reminds me of old show like Wheel of Fortune or no, Pat Sajak. What's that one?
April 16th on the Arrows.
Oh man.
Hey, what you know the show?
I have no idea what
Yeah,
you're
see
talking about.
how you come in with that voice like that. The Price is Right.
The
or something
Price
like
is
that.
Right.
When it's going, and the voice says, "Hey, you like your voice?" It says, "Come on down."
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, down to the
Yo,
seats. Keep your hands and feet in the vehicle.
Yeah, Cody Crowley and not a fucking amusement park roller coaster attendant. Keep your
Yeah.
hands and feet inside the ride. April 16th, Bill, is Cody Crowley and Josecito Lopez
All right,
on
so we
the
got April and then June. Devin's April to June. So
Errol
there'll be-
Spence. Errol Spence undercard.
Well, see, what'd be good for Cody is because he's 147, right? So he's going to start coming down in the weight, whereas Devin's, so they'll meet up. Where Devin is not coming down necessarily and be a little bit more heavier to spar
I got
with
you.
Cody. That's why I was thinking it, and it did. It matched. It matched up perfect.
Next couple weeks for sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Want your thought and break down Shakur Stevenson.
Ooh, Vasco
Man.
Oh
Valdez.
man,
Oscar Valdez.
that's a hell of a fight and a hell of an opportunity.
Super
for-
featherweight unification.
Look.
What's your thoughts, Bill?
No, I said that's a hell of an opportunity for the mighty, great young fighter Shakur Stevenson out of that Newark, New Jersey, to
Brick
get the
City.
Brick City, man, and he's getting the opportunity to go against Oscar Valdez, who made the upset of probably last year against Burchett, right?
Oh, absolutely,
Right?
absolutely.
Absolutely. So that's two Cinderella stories, man. And I expect Shakur and Jay Prince and that whole team to be, on their A game and on top of it. And I expect a great performance out of Shakur. But he has a tough competitor and a tough fight as we want to put these young guys in, and Oscar Valdez. So he ain't no chump. But it's going to be the opportunity for Shakur to show how great he is, as I know him to be.
Way B says, it's all love, Bill. I rock with you. I rock with Dev, but you slick.
Hey, if you asked me a question, was I slick? I wouldn't tell you no lie. I would say the truth. You'd never ask me, was I slick?
Edward Cruz, question for Bill. Is there any pressure to try and get the KO in Australia instead of keeping the decision in the judge's hands, assuming the fight happens?
Well, I'm optimistic, and I think that we bring in some intelligent, capable judges to do their job, and we don't criticize them. You know what I mean, and give them an opportunity to be a part of the number 7 undisputed.
On the mic with Terrence says, put the franchise belt in the dirt.
We just choose not to be franchise champions. We don't say anything negative about the WBC and all that. It's been a long, hard road and a short time, right? And we're just happy and grateful to be in this position to finally be negotiating with the Kambosos team and Lou DiBella.
Steele says, Bill, why are you keeping Devin away from TBV? After all this time with you and talking about Devin, he still never showered up even. He meant to put showed up for a minute.
Yeah.
The champ is busy.
What's his name? Who's that?
Steele.
Steele, thank you, Steele, for the question, and we'll do as much as we can to get Devin in here, because you got to remember, he how long you been here?
I just officially got here Thursday.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna definitely get Devin in here. This is the voice of the people, the boxing voice. But Ness has some unusually with the hours. What would you say? Early hours.
Well, Thursdays is good for him, maybe. But you probably train in the evening. We do 4 to 7 right. West Coast. So from 4 p.m. to 7.
They're not usual hours for Vegas, right? You agree? Vegas. I agree. Very few people are up in Vegas this morning.
I've been
you go to any other city. You go to any other city in the world.
Yeah,
you're right on time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kids, but I have small children as well. I have a daughter and I have a son. My older son Sean, he doesn't require any maintenance.
Plus, people usually hungover in Vegas versus waking up at 6 a.m.
Let's be clear, champ. That's definitely not the case for the champ.
No, of course.
He just does late night strength and conditioning at a location that I will not disclose and
undisclosed location.
Yeah,
London Runs Boxing says, salute to you, Bill. Out of all the lightweights, Devin, the only one moving right. Wishing Devin all the best. Go strip George of them belts and make history. So no question, just a statement. All the way from the UK. I think that is it, Bill. I want to thank you, obviously, for coming in short notice and obviously chopping it up with us and answering the people's questions and just giving us a little more insight into this possible undisputed fight. Hoping everything works out, just like everyone else is saying, sending our good wishes and hoping that Eddie and Lou, yourself and Devin and George Kambosos can hammer this one out and give us the fight and truly, I don't really think that it settles anything though. We were talking about that earlier. Even if he was to win, this might be my license plate. Oh, I got to take this. Even if he was to win, they all haven't faced each other.
Wait a minute. All the calls that I got, we can just take a call right now in the middle?
No, it's important, Bill, because
I'm just messing with him. Because
when he got here Thursday, phone starts going crazy, and he answered it. So he walks away. I'm like, it's two things. It's one of two things calling right now. It's either Bill Haney calling, or it's his Corvette, because his Corvette was on the way out here. And sure enough, it was a Corvette. But Bill, just a message to the people listening in, joining us. We went almost an hour and a half over. Everybody has stayed and waited. They wanted to hear you talk. They wanted to hear from your mouth that everything is being done in order to go out there to Melbourne and make this undisputed fight happen.
Absolutely, man, and thank you for always having me, Danny. Both you and Ness. Shout out to the Boxing Voice, the voice of the people, and everyone in the chat. And I definitely want to come on to assure the people that Devin is and Kambosos are in negotiation. Lou DiBella, is spearheading the Kambosos team and doing a great job and reaching out and keeping us abreast. When I do get the email, when I do get a confirmation, and we look at it and Devin signed, I'm coming right back to make the announcement. Absolutely. Never know.
He may be coming back with the champ himself with Devin. You may see both the vets out front. You never know.
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no diggity. Ain't no doubt. Like Floyd Mayweather Sr. says.
Absolutely. No, for sure. It's just funny. Ness this morning, he's like, man, imagine Dev's Corvette right here Imagine Tevin Farmer's Corvette, because Tevin got one too. Like, imagine Tevin's Corvette right here. And no, I mean, you know, making it happen.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You listen. You doing a great job with Ness and getting him acclimated to what the Vegas thing is. You've been around here, so you know. And I was so happy to see you guys link up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because he needed that. You need that other dance partner. He can't dance alone all the time. So,
nah, for sure.
So for you to come in, and you know, it just it was a good thing.
Nah, for sure. And I think it was you know, it was like one of those blessings in disguise. It worked out for him. It worked out for me.
Mm-hmm.
He was happy. The audience is happy. You know, shit, I'm happy. You know, money's right. Everybody good. You know, we good.
All right.
So,
all right. Well, you know, you just went on recording. The money is right. You happy and all the stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know, shout out to you guys, man. You guys doing a great job, man.
Absolutely. I know he was gonna wrap up the show. Is there any more callers?
Give me my intro, man.
I don't have it. Ness runs all the things.
So Ness, you just go. I can't have my exit or my intro, huh?
Wow.
See how y'all do?
Damn.
Can't
All right.
believe it.
Well, you got BH the Great signing off to the people, the voice of the people, the boxing voice. Look forward to in sometime in June, Devin Haney, the fighter that was the underdog, the fighter that they said couldn't do it, wasn't going to make it happen.
The fighter that led them to Cancun, to the WBC convention, to beg for that franchise. Give us that franchise. He can have the belt. Give us the franchise. That's the same fighter he talking about. The same one. This ain't new.
No, this
ain't new. But you know, people forget things. People forget things, Bill.
This no, it ain't all. But you know, it's like anything else. If you're a true boxing head, like you're a true football fan, right? No matter who it is, you
might as well just do it. Like, I mean, you got up and
either way, I'm gonna cut the shot. Either way, I'm gonna cut the shot.
He wants his intro. He said we not getting off the show.
No, I got it. I got it pulled
as
up.
I leave. You know, since I didn't get my intro, let it be my exit. You know?
I got it. I got it right here pulled up, and I apologize. I had to take that. That was motor vehicles, and you know, I need that license plate. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So they're gonna ship it out here.
Well, that's the second time you forgot my intro. So
I know.
The third time, you know, it's like, you know.
Nah, it'll never happen again.
He said the third time he gonna stop.
It'll never happen. Let me put a color. What's your favorite color, man?
What's my favorite color?
Yeah.
Green, because it's money.
Boom. So we made his intro green. Let's hear it.
You're going to see it on MGM Grand. Only one will stand. And Bill Haney, William E. Haney come with that fight plan.
They didn't think niggas out of Oakland was going to push up on their ass. You dig?
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Well, tell the truth and shame the devil that Devin is a bad motherfucker.
WBC, the lightweight champion of the world.
Come get the real belts, not the front. This ain't franchise shit.
That boy is good.
Bill Haney, say his name 3 times, pop up like candy, man.
When you talk about that, you talk about one of the best fighters in boxing.
SDS Promotions.
Hey.
If you open up your phone, I can send it to you airdrop.
Okay, no, I got it. I think the producer or somebody sent it to me.
Okay. That's Brandon via IG. Yes. Shout out to Brandon.
But
Bill was just
But you know what? My intro says it all. You know, you just play the intro, and I didn't even have to do the interview. It's everything that we just said. That just said in the intro, I just said. You just asked me all the questions.
Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it then, because we still need that interview. He was just Bill was just commending the show and just saying how much greater it's gotten since I got on it.
No, listen, I've told him he's been a great addition. The fact that he can live up to the Almanac nickname makes the show and the quality even better. And you know, he's in the gyms. You know, he's got a connection with the fighters. He's watching them spar. All that is important, and it adds value and quality to the show. So we definitely appreciate Danny.
The important thing,
he's been around for a while.
You know the important thing he said?
What?
The money's right.
It got him waking up at 6 a.m.
It got me waking up at 4 a.m. Goddamn it.
Hey, listen, man. Only thing I can say is good things come to those who wait.
Oh man, patience is a virtue.
Man.
Patience is a virtue, and I hope
it's a long road, man. People don't understand that success is a long road. It's never straight, man. It's never straight. It's gonna be curvy, and it might even get rocky. But man, when you get there, you happy. See, I'm happy. It's not a financial thing. Like, I understand where you guys said, look, we'll take whatever offer, we'll fight for free, because I'm doing what I love, you know. And for Devin, he obviously wants to achieve a goal. Everything will come after that. So I say that to say, is this his Oscar De La Hoya, you think? Even though Kambosos isn't De La Hoya?
Maybe his Arturo Gotti.
Okay. Wait, are you saying that's how the fight plays out?
No, I'm saying this because Floyd went to Arturo Gotti. He went to Atlantic City to fight him.
Okay. And the reason I say is it his Oscar is because obviously he's got to take the short money, or at least that's what's insinuated. Floyd took the short money.
No, Floyd didn't take any short money.
30%.
Listen, he took what he negotiated.
Okay.
Yeah, you get what you negotiate, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was happy. Then he got what he negotiated, right? Now, what if some other guy came in and talked for you? What if some other guy was talking to Ness? You might not be as happy. Devin Haney is happy because he's the one negotiating. Just then I said, we came in, they said, if Devin's happy, we'll see. But I think he should be and all this other. But until Devin gets it, it's him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, now, fortunately and unfortunately, sometimes you have fighters that have the ability to negotiate, but they can't because they're not contractually tied to negotiate. They leave the negotiating to someone else. And then sometimes you have fighters that need to have someone speaking for them, right? I think that when you talked to Ness, you did a good job yourself, you guys, or you needed somebody else? Do you feel like you should have had somebody else there?
Nah, I don't feel like it was me.
See, so some guys can work like that.
Yeah, it was me.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's be clear. He ain't talked to Ness.
Well, no, I mean, I talked to Ness in the beginning.
I put the word in for him. You know what I'm saying? I opened the door and I recommended him, and you know, he's been with me for 4 years. So I always wanted whoever got the opportunity to be someone that had already,
you treat him like a boss.
Yeah, I wanted someone who already put their feet on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And he deserved it.
If you let anybody or recommend anybody to talk to the plug, you consider them and you hold them in esteem.
Exactly.
And that's a sign of being held in esteem when your plug or your boss or your people that you get money with and you introduce somebody, and that should never be taken lightly or overshadowed. You know what I mean? The opportunity, and for him, that he took an opportunity, negotiated, and the main thing is he's happy. I was just getting on to the point that he's happy, and everybody should be happy. I said, no short money. What the fuck? Short money, gas is high, right?
Fucking high.
Gas is high. How you take short money? And what I'm saying is, I can't read it. Tank shouldn't get short money. Kambosos shouldn't get short money. Lomas, no fighter should get short money, and they're in there fighting for their life.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Well, that is it. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Ness GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Catch us on the next one.
The video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.